Hey, how's it going everybody? It's LoreParch101 and we are back at it again today with a brand new video that I've been wanting to do for a long time, and that is my top 4 favorite video games across all systems thus far in no particular order. So don't get discouraged if you think that I'm trying to put one up over the other. That's strictly not the case. It's just that these are my favorite games just as a list. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into this countdown. Number 1, Jak and Daxter: The Precursor Legacy. Jak and Daxter: The Precursor Legacy was a platformer game from back in 2001 and the start of the Jak and Daxter series that was remastered in mouth-wateringly sexy HD in 2017. This game was one that I very fondly remember from when I was a wee lad. Although I liked all the Jak and Daxter games, well, most of the Jak and Daxter games, the Precursor Legacy is one of my favorites because of what it brought to the table. It was also the only game in the series where the protagonist didn't make everybody eat lead like a little old gangster. The story of this game is very well done and very charming to say the least. From the funny cartoon character designs to Daxter's death quotes every time you screw up.
I'll say something really teary at the funeral, like, "How am I gonna get change back now?"
Are you serious? Your best friend just freaking died. The game never had a dull moment any time that I was playing it. One thing that really made this game appealing was how far ahead of its time it was, but with the graphics, music selection, level design, and animation, the game is extremely polished, leaving no stone unturned. I mean, seriously, even the animation from collecting a power cell still looks better than some of the DDR crap we get today, and this is 2001 that we're talking about. This is so much about the game that appeals to any audience that plays it. This collectathon game is pretty standard for the third-person platforming genre, with collecting precursor eggs and power cells, while also killing some bad guys along the way with some amazing physics-defying hair. But that does not mean that the game has its flaws. A lot of the missions that you will take on were just, bring me precursor orbs, and I'll give you a power cell. I'm glad that we went through this. It's freaking stupid. Overall though, a fantastic game that was way ahead of its time and is still a viable pastime to this day. Number 2, the Uncharted series. The Uncharted series is a series that started in late 2007 and has continued all the way into today as Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. Now, even though they were all great story-wise, there was several cases in which the gameplay was annoying. Oh boy, this sucks. The story of the game is quick and interesting in the way that the treasure hunt is handled. From the witty, snarky remarks from Drake, crap, to the exploration of every climbable ledge which just so happens to be a different color from the environment, like somebody painted every single handhold in the game. Who does this? Why? The series was an action-packed adventure worthy of checking out. The graphics of this series were extremely beautiful, from the natural lighting to the individual animations for just about everything any character does. The Uncharted series looks really, really good. This action-filled adventure series is arguably one of the better third-person shooters due to the story that it tells of Drake attempting to follow his relatives' clues to finding treasure. While each game starts out mostly predictable, the story quickly envelops the player into spending hours trying to get to the X where the treasure is at. Not only was the story great, but the ever-increasing combat mechanics of each game is really, really detailed, and not a stone was left unturned. The Uncharted series will always have a special place in my heart as a favorite time spent in virtual adventuring. Number 3, The Last of Us. The Last of Us, released in 2013 after so many delays, get your head in the game, Jacob Minkov, is a post-apocalyptic zombie survival horror game that had the largest emotional roller coaster of any of these games in this countdown. Why? Why did you can't do this to me! The Last of Us was an outstanding game because of its tear-jerking story and its beautiful scenery and gameplay mechanics, having me on the edge of my seat at every turn. The graphics of The Last of Us were super magnificent. I don't think I've seen better visuals on the PlayStation 3. So much so to the point where when you get out of water, you have wet dripping clothes and watery footsteps left behind. That's pretty detailed. But The Last of Us was not only amazing because of its graphics, because the gameplay was so engaging. The combat mechanics made so much sense, there were so many points in which you didn't even have to kill anybody if you could stealth your way through it, and when you do decide to fight, the AIs presented an actual challenge to the player. There was also several QuickTime events in the game that had me so engaged that I would constantly find myself spending hours without even knowing it. Overall, The Last of Us was a really great zombie survival horror genre, and I am super looking forward to part 2 that should be coming out in the next few years. Number 4, Until Dawn. Until Dawn, a horror decision game similar to the playstyle of The Walking Dead by Telltale Games, was super creepy and super gripping. In the game, you play as 8 different young adults at a ski resort that are being hunted by a murderer in the woods. The gameplay of this game is very minimalistic considering the game is more of an interactive movie, in which the game might present you the option of keep running or hide, and you can choose keep running and accidentally kill off a character, which can affect the entire outcome of the game. That is what is called the butterfly effect. Essentially, the butterfly effect is like Domino's. No, not the pizza. Where you do one thing and it can lead to a huge change in the story. And if you thought that there was already nerve-wracking enough, you still have to try and not die while also solving the murder and the case of the Wendigo. Not only was this game engaging in the decision making, but the graphics were absolutely stunning. No clipping or frame rate problems occurred when I played the game. Though the jump scares were cliche, I feel as if they assisted to the horror genre. But I feel as if the creators also knew this and added them into the game on purpose, contributing to the genre as a whole. And about halfway through the game, the scares actually become real, and then all of a sudden your favorite character is dead, and it's not just for plays anymore. All in all, this game had a fantastic plot that made me want to replay it over and over again to get the endings that I wanted. That's going to be it for my top 4 games to date. Keep in mind, I don't have time to do more games, and this is strictly my opinion based off of my experience. If you disagree with me at any point, make sure to go down in the comment section and tell me why. Make sure to like the video, and if you really liked it, go ahead and subscribe to my channel for more awesome quality content, and click the bell so you get notified every time I make a video. But that's going to be it. I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye-bye.